Freedumb versus Freedumb. What's up, y'all? Well, if you think Chaz Chop Zone was insane enough and also thought they learned their lesson, think again. I thought it'd be fitting to wear my KD retro hat since I'm going to touch on this Seattle thing, and since I'm going to be leaving the NBA for a while. Hopefully it's short-lived, but I use the NBA, NFL, sports to escape. They incorporating all this other stuff. Y'all know what I mean. And so I just got to take a break. But let's get into it. As my mom used to say, a hard head make a soft you-know-what. Some of these officials, man, they need their whooped. I can't say it because it's a kid-friendly video, but you know what I mean. Now, this just in. A leaked email from a contributing editor to a local urban policy magazine in Seattle reports plans to abolish prisons. But before I get into it, let's take a look at some of this zombie-like thought that happened over the weekend in Seattle. Look, some of these people don't deserve to be in prison, but we also know that some people do. Let's get into this plan. And if you want to check it out for yourself, click on the link below. But the county executive's office is moving ahead with plans to abolish prisons. Active plans to reduce both adult and juvenile detention and close the county jail in Seattle. The juvenile detention center will be converted to house other programs in 2025. This plan will eliminate 60% of the county's jail capacity. City council majority supported this. At least 7 out of the 9 members chose to slash the department budget by 50%. I can be wrong, but all of this without even addressing the issues that directly affect these two issues: fatherlessness homes, education, and police training. Oddly enough, the Summer of Love mayor has said she would veto this drastic cut. I'm surprised. But, you know, she's supporting 76 million of it being cut from a $400 million budget. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm right or not. Y'all hit me up and let me know in the comment section if I'm misreading this, but $400 million seems like a fairly large budget for a police department. But I don't know the demographics of that city or the other factors that might play in and how they derive at this number. But dude, that's a lot of money. And although some of the chaos that's being reported at night, you guys seen it in the video, It may seem to support that budget. Who knows? But anyway, it seems like they're going to continue going down this rabbit hole using the same unsustainable ideals, the same zombie-like thought that I referenced earlier. It sounds good, looks good, so it must be good. I used to date a girl like this. She looked good, she sounded good, etc. You guys know the rest. But man, she had some issues, psycho. But anyways, dismantling the criminal justice system, there needs to be reform. I don't know if this dismantling is really effective. Reimagining criminal justice. I'm not even sure how to process that. There's no clear conscious thought involved in these things, in these decisions. More like something I've coined zombie-like thought. They're managing descent into total chaos. It's almost like freedom has turned into freedom. If it's not self-explanatory, let me explain. The foundation of clarity is truth, right? So when you deliberately mix words, you're operating in a old ancient proverb that references the father of lies, which of course is the opposite of the truth. We can deliberate, we can debate freedom all day long. Are we really free? Equality, fairness, etc. But there's one thing we can never debate, and that's the freedom to believe what we want to believe, even if it's dumb, i.e. freedom, D-U-M-B. The freedom to believe dumb ideas, everyone has that freedom. The freedom to fall for all this deliberate wordplay, everybody has a choice. Everyone has that ability to choose that. Why all the deliberate finessing with all the wordplay? Quarantine. That term is designated for people that are confirmed sick. This is a house arrest mandated by the state. Social distancing. There's nothing social about forced isolation. Let's keep it 100. We should stop saying stay home and stay safe when millions of people either don't have a home, they're homeless, or they don't have the necessities adequate enough to survive while they're at home. And speaking of homelessness, why hasn't this so-called deadly disease wiped out the homeless? They don't, for all intents and purposes, they don't social distance, they don't wash up, much less wash their hands regularly. We should stop saying for the greater good. When you close the economy, killing millions of businesses that families depend on to survive, that don't make any sense. The new normal. There's nothing normal about forced isolation, like I said. Wearing a mask, breathing your own bodily waste, living in constant fear of contamination. That's not normal. It just, like I said, zombie-like thought to the fullest. No clear conscious thought. Where do we get all this from? Where do we get it from? Why do we wear a mask? Because the media tells us to? Because the so-called government leadership is telling us to? By the way, just because I'm a government official doesn't necessarily make me a leader. And then know that there's some irony to this too. The same individuals that advocate the killing of millions of babies a year for convenience, they want to shut down to prevent adults from dying. Zombie-like thought. People that on one hand slaughter babies in the womb by the millions, they now preaching to me, preaching to the masses about the sanctity of human life. Freedom to operate in freedom, D-U-M-B. And if I violate the stay-at-home order or I don't have my mask, can I be arrested or fined? I heard that in some instances that's what's happening. But they're letting folks out of prison so they can be safe. And then a virus that has a high false positive result rate of 81%. Why do we believe in this? And when the government shuts down the many millions of small businesses, but they don't lay off any government employees, it's not about being safe. When they won't let the dentist open, but they let you buy lottery tickets, beer and liquor. It's not about being safe. It's not about your health. Again, back to them abolishing prison, police, and then all these other institutions that they deem not cool right now. It'll be something different tomorrow. It's freedom. It's not freedom, it's freedom. As a matter of fact, who has more to gain from this racial divide, from the civil disorder, and from the mayhem? It's not the black folk. It's not the whites. It's not the Republicans. It's not the Democrats. It's not even the KKK. You know what I believe it is? It's the media. More views, more likes, more streams, more revenue. Look, man, as a rational adult, it's foolish to say racism doesn't exist. But it's even more foolish to believe in this dumb ideal of bigotry, bias, and discrimination being a color problem. And that it can only be associated with whites. I know some racist black folks. So I must either hate whites or, as a white person, be extremely pro-black to appease the naysayers. That's just zombie-like thought. That's just freedumb, D-U-M-B. You're no more a racist because of your skin color than you are a victim because of your skin color. And speaking of race, let me give you a quote from Building the Super Race book. Great book, by the way. Check it out on Amazon. We must use critical thinking skills. I like to call it clear conscious thought, to reach a advanced stage of responsibility. To achieve this is to condition your character for a greater purpose. That's the only way you can do it. It's your character. It's what M.L. King was talking about. The heart of the matter is that it's a matter of the heart. That's exactly what it is. It has nothing to do with skin color. Good and evil. And we all come up short in this category. These heart issues. Every day I got to manage my heart. But I digress. Let me sum it up like this. All things are permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. Don't just make decisions, folks. Study consequences. You wonder why some of these countries that no longer exist are history now? You got to find them in the dust. Rome, they wasn't defeated by some great army. The greatest empire in history, defeated by freedom to be dumb, making dumb decisions. America is continuing to freely believe in these dumb ideas, and they're having extreme consequences. And we see it playing out. We have people who don't understand this very important principle. It's time for us to develop clear conscious thought, y'all. The opposite of zombie-like thought. It's time for us to operate in clear, not only just clear conscious thought, but freedom in making wise decisions. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please comment on the video in the comment section. Subscribe so you can be notified every time I post a video. And of course, like and share. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You guys take care.